Are you a true luthier? According to many of the guitar building forums online, probably not. That's what we're going to talk about today in this episode of Homebuilt Workshop. Stick around. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this episode of Homebuilt Workshop. I hope you are doing great today. There's something on my mind that I wanted to bring up and at least get some feedback from you guys. Maybe we can have a discussion down below in the comments. Before we jump into the topic that I want to discuss, let's first set the stage, if you will. The word luthier. What does that invoke in you when you hear that word? Even in my head, when I hear the word, I think of someone who is a master at the craft of building whatever instrument they're building. They've spent lots of time practicing their skills, refining their processes, and like I said, are a master at their craft. But if we look up the word luthier in the definition, it doesn't say anything about a master. All it says is basically one who builds stringed instruments. Now I know traditionally luthier refers to the making of lutes and that sort of thing, but right now, 2023, if we look it up in the dictionary, that's all it says. One who builds stringed instruments. No mention of lutes, no mention of specific instruments, just says string instruments. But I'm sure just me bringing that up is probably invoking some sort of feeling or thoughts just by saying that. And that leads us into what I really want to bring up. If you've ever spent any amount of time researching a particular topic, maybe it's how to do a certain operation using a certain tool or anything like that, I'm sure you've come across the forums or even worse, some of the Facebook groups where you've heard the sentiment from people that a true luthier would never use such a tool, whatever that tool is. They would do it this way. That's the way they did it hundreds of years ago, and that's the only way to do it. Have you seen that person? Because I know I have. And it seems like more and more, I see that more often. People will be asking what seems to me as a legitimate question on how to do a particular task. And it seems like there's always somebody in there going, that's not how a real luthier does it. Now, I could care less what method, what processes, what level of technology you incorporate into your builds. If you're starting with a block of wood and you're ending with an instrument, then I don't really care how you got there. But it seems like there's at least more than a few people that feel very strongly that if you introduce any level of technology, I've even seen people arguing over using router templates versus cutting it by hand. I don't get it. Why? I feel like it all revolves around that word luthier, and I don't understand why that invokes such strong feelings in a lot of people. Now I know my opinion's my opinion, but as far as I'm concerned, I could care less. You want to use a CNC machine? Use a CNC machine. That's one of the main reasons I bought my own CNC machine, is so that I can build instruments and build more of them. I also understand that there's a lot of people that just enjoy the quiet and the calmness of using hand tools to slowly work away the material, whatever it is you're working on. And I totally respect that opinion. If you enjoy using hand tools, then use hand tools. If you want to use CNC machines to make more and repeatable instruments, go for it. The end goal is the same: to produce the best instrument that we can produce with whatever means works for us. We're all different. We all have different tools. We all have different workshops. We all have different skill levels. But I feel like as long as we're producing the best instrument that we can produce, the way we get there, as far as I'm concerned, is irrelevant. But the main thing that really kind of gets under my skin is those people that really will almost attack others, saying, that's not how a real luthier does it. And honestly, I think that's totally wrong and unnecessary. Yes, hundreds of years ago, of course, real luthiers only used hand tools because that's all they had. They didn't have power tools. They surely didn't have CNC machines and computers. So of course, it only makes sense that that's how they used to do it. But now, of course, times are a-changin'. We've advanced so much. We now have access to so many different tools. Why not work those in if that's what you want to do? And if you choose not to, that's totally fine. But I don't think that we should be attacking people in the comments and in the forums because they choose one method over another. The end result's the same. We're all trying to just build a quality instrument using the tools and materials that we have available. We're all trying to get to the same place. I guess it could sort of relate to if you wanted to take a road trip across the country. Of course, you can jump on the interstate and get across the country as fast as possible. Some people like that. But there's also others that choose to not take the interstate. They'd rather take the back roads. A lot of times it's a lot more scenic, a lot more relaxing, and there's nothing wrong with that. It would almost be like attacking the person who wants to take the interstate because they just want to get there to see their family. They're not worried about the ups and downs and the twists and turns of the back roads. I personally like both. I love the back roads, but I also like the interstate and getting to my destination. I don't think I've ever heard of somebody getting mad at someone else because they chose to take the back road. And this is, to me, kind of the same thing. I've been slowly leaving some of these groups that I've been a part of because I just can't stand the way people attack each other verbally in the comments. I just don't get it, and I don't really want to be a part of that. Basically, I'm saying all this to really say, does it really make a difference? A luthier is one who builds stringed instruments, according to the definition in the dictionary. So why do we get so wrapped up with the way someone accomplishes a task? Does it really matter? Like I said, we're all trying to build the same thing. We're trying to build a quality instrument using the tools and the materials that we have. I just don't think there's really any need to berate someone for choosing to use a particular process. So that's what I have to say. Just wanted to get that off my chest, as they say, and put that out there. But I really want to hear from all of you, your thoughts on this. Leave it down in the comments. Let's keep that rolling along and support each other. That's what we need to do. Like I said, we're all trying to do the same thing. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. Hit that thumbs up button if you did. Also, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'm going to be getting back to this acoustic build pretty quick. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.